Hi everyone, Stephanie with Mama Bear Ink. Welcome back to Use Your Stamps Wednesday. Today we're going to be making a card with all this fantastic stuff and the Stampin' Up! Build a Birthday stamp set that I haven't even opened yet. So let's get started. Okay, so today's card has been inspired by some patterned paper that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. This is just a really festive balloon pattern, and I think it's by the Paper Studio, so very inexpensive, especially if they're on their 50% off paper crafting blowout days. So I took all of the colors for our card from this patterned paper, and the base of our card, which is cut 11 by 4 1/4 and scored at 5 1/2 to create a standard A2 top folding card, is going to be done in Basil Easter grass green cardstock. And so that makes up our base, and then our patterned paper is going to make up our first layer of our card here. So let's go ahead and get this nailed down onto our card front. Okay, and you know me and getting things straight. Maybe I should stand up and not put it down too soon. All right, proud of me today. Okay, and so our next piece that's going to go onto this card is a banner right down the center. And I chose to use a color comparable to the pink balloons in this. And I chose to do that with another Basil cardstock, and this one is called Candy Hearts. And to cut out this banner, I used Stampin' Up's banner framelit dies, and so just ran that through my die cut machine like normal, and we have our center banner, and this is going to go right down the center of the card like so. I'm throwing things here. Okay. And let's get it lined up. No. Let's get it lined up just right. And there we are. There is our center banner. Now, our main focal point is going to go on some circles here in the center. And our first circle is to match the yellow balloons in this patterned paper. And we're going to do that with Basil's Banana Split and a Sizzix circle die. This comes from a stack with several different sizes, so it makes it a lot easier to find the right size to layer these. And so this one is going to go right here like so. And then from some Stampers Select White cardstock, I just cut the next size down, and it's going to go on top of here. But we need to do some stamping on this one. So let's set all of this stuff aside here. And again, we're going to be using the Stampin' Up! Build a Birthday stamp set. And I have mounted these pieces of cake, but we're not going to use them as cake. We're going to use them as a candle. So I've also mounted the little flame, and we're going to be using the sentiment birthday wishes today. And so the ink colors that I've chosen to work in today are Simon Says, and we're going to be using Hot Lips, Green Apple, and Golden Locks to match our cardstocks. And then for the flames on the candle, because they need to be a little more orangey, we're going to use some Sunshine. So the first thing that we need to do is to stamp our candle pieces. So we're just get these inks opened up here. This is the big piece. This is the bottom cake piece, and I think that we need to do this one first, actually. And so, because it's going to go right down the center, and it'll be easier, much easier to place the others if we do this one first. So let's get that inked up. And again, this ink is going to stain your photopolymer stamps. However, it is an extremely high quality ink. It's one that I like to use whenever I can. So, and the stamps it doesn't change the way the stamps stamp. So it doesn't hurt the stamps, it just stains the stamps. All right, so here's our Hot Lips candle there. I have to close the inks up between each one because otherwise I'll put some part of my body in it and be covered in ink. All right, and now we're gonna stamp our Golden Locks candle for the third one. And do that one there. There we go. Okay, we've got our candles stamped, and we need to stamp our flame. So let's get out the sunshine ink, and we will stamp flame number 1. Oh my gosh, that's cute. Okay, flame number 2. And number 3. Very sweet. I am loving it. All right. So we've got almost all of our stamping done. We have a little bit more to do here in just a few minutes. But let's bring our card back in. And we're going to put our candle piece in the center of our banana split piece. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to do this flat because I want to pop up the whole banana split piece. And I'm going to do that onto the center of this banner with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, just because, well, they're handy and I like them. They work really good, and I know everybody tells me I use way too many, but that's okay. Okay, so we've got those off the back, and let's place it here where we want it. Oh, for crying out loud, card, will you be straight? All right, and we're gonna place it down just like so. Haha, I love it. Okay, now we need to do the rest of our stamping. So we're going to take our Hot Lips ink, we want this one back, and this little piece of scrap here that we cut our white circle out of, and we're going to stamp our sentiment here along the bottom so that we can cut it into a little banner, which is one of my favorite things to do. So this is the stamp with the sentiment on it, birthday wishes. And so I've just got that lined up real good on the block, and center it up. Well, center it up, dummy. There we go. There we go, and down and up. And now, you will notice that Simon Says is a little blotchy when you first stamp it, but it does tend to smooth out as it dries and look much better. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down into our banner size. So I've just cut that into a little strip. And the easiest way I find to flag an end for a banner is just to use a handy dandy square punch. And this is a, I don't know, oh, an EK Success 7/8 inch square punch. So just one that I've had forever and a day. And what I do is I take it along the end and I make sure that the end of my letters show up there. And then I move it down, square it up by eyeballing it, and punch it, and there I have my fishtail banner. Okay, so let's determine exactly where we want this. I think we want it to be right about there, but I don't want it to come all the way over, so I'm going to cut some off the edge here, try to get it fairly straight. Okay, so yeah, I think we want it right there. And we will put some adhesive on the back of that. And then try to get it straight. Good Lord, this card requires a lot of straightness from me today. Okay, there we go. And to finish this off, I thought ooh, that's not really straight. Let me try that again. Okay. Well, oh, it's a little better. Okay, so to finish it off, I thought we needed a little whoop-de-doo kind of right here. And so I'm thinking a pink flower. So let's take our Candy Hearts paper, and this is just this is a Paper Studio punch. It's just a little flower, and I'm going to just punch one little flower out of there, but I want it to kind of have some dimension. So going to use a little trick. This is my Stampin' Up! Pearson something mat. And this is my piercing tool. And I'm just going to go boom, like that. And that gives our little flower some dimension, all quick and easy like. And I want our little flower to go right there, but it needs to be more pretty than it is. So we're going to, again, take our piercing tool and one of these teeny weeny little Stampin' Up! Basic gemstones and stick that right into the center of our little flower there. Oh, that's much better. I like it. And let's get a glue dot. So many things you can use this little piercing tool for. Put that on the back of the flower, and then we'll set her right there. And that, my friends, is going to complete our card for today. This is a design that I found on Pinterest by, and I can't remember your name, I'm so sorry. She is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator out of Australia. And I just loved it, and I wanted to kind of create it in my own color palette. And so that's what we did today. Thanks very much for joining me. I enjoyed spending time with you today, and I look forward to talking with you again soon. Take care.